waking dream. I dream the floor of the lab has become a boneyard of languages, scraps of words and languages scattered everywhere in heaps. Over here, lying on its back, is Ohrwurm, the German word for earworm, a song you can't get out of your head. And over here is Ambus Sinistris, being left-handed in both hands. And down there, by my feet, is Lithologica, the inability to recall the right word. And right there, right in front of me, are all the words I should have said to Mary, but didn't.
Say the right thing, George. Say the right thing and maybe I won't go. Maybe this isn't all irretrievably broken. Maybe we can still go on and have a life together. Maybe even grow a little old together and die in that non-tragic way that you're so fond of. So, what do you have to say for yourself?
And when we get home, I will be calling Gary Sig and I will be saying, "Oh, Gary, hi, how are you? How's your wet cousin?"
When we get home, I'm going to Anthea's restaurant to have her cook stew. Everyone knows she makes best cook stew in all the village. Ambrosia, that is
Adia could not
Oh, don't open that near me. If you open that, the stench makes Brenton want to throw up and die.
Then die, you goddamn fuck.
I don't want
you
that.
You know what she's like.
Anthea's restaurant.
Stop it! What is wrong with you two? You're acting like children and I'm sick of it. Do you hear me? Sick of it. And if you don't resolve this, I'm going to send you right back to where you came from, where you two can torture yourselves as much as you like for the rest of your pathetic, miserable lives. I mean, my God. You two could have had it all. It was right there, within your grasp, but through sheer selfishness and pig-headedness and meanness, you have chosen darkness. You have chosen isolation. You have chosen loss. Your whole world is about to disappear. It's slipping through your fingers and you won't even fight for it. Fight for its existence. And excuse me if that just makes me a little crazy. Excuse me if I find that just unbelievably wrong.
Seem like Mr. Science Man is a little bit upset.
Maybe it's because his wife left him.
Oh yes, very sad when a marriage breaks up. Quite a pickle.
How did you...
Walls are thin.
Practically non-existent.
No need for secrets, Mr. Science Man. We are your friends.
It's just temporary. We're taking a temporary... It's just we're taking a break. That's all. Time off. Is that okay? That's all.
Time off sounds more like goodbye.
Goodbye.
You both...
Okay, Mr. Science Man.
Wait, maybe he's not here.
Oh, I heard. Didn't you hear?
Well, I can't hear out my left ear, and I heard.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, it's all right.
That's enough for today.
George, maybe you not understand something. You think language die, then world die. And it's okay you think that because you're a linguist, and linguist is all about language. But pride first, and then language follow, our world is gone. And what we accept, and maybe you do not, is that no amount of talk will ever bring it back. Sad. So sad to be so young and all alone.
Wie heter mig Gary Sigge Schuster?
Förlåt, nej. Ni just inte grisiga.
Men Niklas Sella.
Ställa mig.
I can't. It's
Restin, Edison, Edison!
Excuse me, do you have the time?
Yes. You're wearing a watch.
Yes, I am, but it's always a little fast or a little slow. It's an old watch, very valuable, sentimentally speaking, but I always have to check to see if it's accurate.
That seems, if you don't mind me saying so, to completely defeat the purpose of wearing a watch.
Yes, indeed. So, were you thinking of throwing it on the tracks?
What?
Your ring. I couldn't help but notice the way you were twisting it, as if you were contemplating whether you were really going to be married at all, with thinking as if it was like a delusion, a dream.
For your information, I was simply noticing how dirty it was, and thinking to myself that I needed to clean it.
Well, my mistake.
I find making those kinds of assumptions fairly rude.
Well, I am rude, because I'm old.
Well, that's no excuse.
You'll be rude too someday. So, you left him,
Excuse me?
your husband.
How did you know?
Well, your clothing, your suitcase, your air of guilt and freedom. So where do you plan to go?
I don't know.
I see.
Not that it's any of your concern.
Well, no, of course not, but I'm curious, why?
Why?
Well, it's just that most of us, if you don't mind my saying, most of us, we abhor change. And yet here you are, a woman who's chosen change, and so I'm curious, why?
Because I don't really know. I'm sorry.
Oh, no need to apologize. That's a good answer.
It's not ridiculous.
No, not at all. I mean, most of us go through life hardly ever understanding why we do the things we do. In fact, it's pretty rare when we do understand what we've done. So, what do you plan to do next?
To be honest, I have no idea.
So here we are, two travelers, and woman who's about to embark on a new life, and a man who's contemplating ending his.
Excuse me?
Yes, my plan for the day is to jump in front of the next train.
Well, you must be That's not true.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. You're not really going to do that.
Yes, quite really.
But why?
I don't know.
Are you sad?
No.
Then why?
Oh, I woke up this morning and I felt that life was devoid of any real meaning.
Yes, I too have felt that way.
I just didn't feel like there was much more purpose in life.
Me too.
Just a sort of a trudging forth, a one foot in front of another, but for what?
Yes, exactly. For what?
But unlike you, I don't have a state that I can change as readily as you. I have no wife, no children, I have no work, not anymore.
But that's wonderful.
To have nothing?
To have nothing, to be tied to nothing, to be your own. I think that's both the saddest thing I've ever heard and the most wonderful. Maybe you could go a little further into your sadness and see what's there. Can you?
I don't know.
It's like this. It's like you're in a room and you think it's the very last room. But there's another, even further. There's a door. Can you see it? Can you open it?
I might.
Do you know how when you close your eyes tight and can see nothing, it's only then that there are sparks of light?
Door.
Go into that sadness further and then maybe
There'll be a light.
a kind of light. All I know is that you can feel so sad that it begins to feel like happiness. And you can feel so happy that it starts to feel like grief. You can feel so alive that it starts to feel like death. And you can feel so dead that you start to feel alive. Some people, most people, live their whole lives without touching any of these places. But I do, and you might. Did you see it? The door, the other room?
Don't know. Might.
I'm glad you didn't jump.
I don't know why I didn't. I might tomorrow. I'm glad you didn't throw your ring on the tracks.
I don't know why I didn't. I might tomorrow. I'm hungry.
Vanished.
We should eat something.
Perhaps you'd like to join me?
Actually, I would. Not to be nosy, but what's in that box?
Well, that, my dear, is a long story.